Today we are going to turn Ireland into a colonial powerhouse and I'm going to complete the mission that we finished in the last video where we united all of Ireland. And as we chose exploration ideas in the last video, I'm going to choose native repression policy because I think it's the best one, and that way the colonies should grow at the fastest rate. Even though our colonies should not grow as fast as Portugal's colonies, or maybe Castle's colonies, or maybe England's colonies. We still should be able to compete with them, but for that, we will also need 3 barks, so I can send explorers on exploration missions. And with the ships that we have now, I cannot really attack Scotland, because there is no way to get to them on land. And England is not even rivaled with Scotland. And they won't give me military access. I also have truce with England until September 1482, so there is not really much to do. I'm also able to seize land because all 3 estates have above 50% loyalty, so no rebels will spawn, and I'm also going to summon the diet, so I'm going to go with number of loans less than 1, and that will also give me an advisor that is 50% cheaper. As I have many favors with Denmark, I'm going to trade my favors for ducats. And that way I got 30 ducats, which is going to help with repaying the loans. As I'm improving relations with the Papal State, they just lost one of their alliances or something, so I can offer them an alliance. Good relations with the Papal State is going to give me a lot of papal influence, which we can exchange for some great bonuses. And obviously they are calling me into a war. I will accept, but I don't think I'm going to help them. I might send my ships there though. And now that I have 3 barks, I can merge the units and recruit an explorer who is going to explore North Atlantic coast. I've got plenty of splendor to choose an era bonus, and I'm going to go with colony development boost +1, so my colonies have more development, which in turn means they will give me more ducats. As I need colonial range to send my colonists into the new world, I'm going to employ an advisor that boosts my colonial range. And the Papal State is calling me into a war against France, which I'm going to decline as I want to keep my alliance with France. So it is quite unfortunate that I allied Papal State in this state. So let's just decline that and let's explore the Caribbean coast. And Portugal is not using their colonists there yet, which means if I get close enough, I might be able to send my colonists. Okay, so there is no province to which I can send my colonists yet. So I'll just have to keep exploring. I will probably have to explore North Atlantic to build my first colony. Let's send back our ships as I'm losing them. Okay, I guess I'm going to lose all my fleet. That's not ideal. So it was a mistake to ally the Papal State, and I guess I was just too greedy there. I still have 5 years until the truce ends, and then I'm going to attack them. I'm not going to get new admin tech or military tech because I don't have Renaissance yet, so I don't think it's worth it. One of the reasons the Renaissance is not really spreading is because I don't have much development in my country. I have enough reform and progress to get a new government reform, and I'm going to go with exile colonial companies, even though I cannot expel any minorities because I don't have any minorities. Best way to get Renaissance is to probably embrace it, and for that I'm going to sell titles and embrace the Renaissance. And this way I can finally put my admin points into the technology, or I mean all the mana into the technologies. And finally the war with Venice is over and we lost. We can send our first colonists into Beothuk, basically into Canada, so let's send it there. I will also need a transport ship for that, and I will have to send 1 stack of units there because we have that repression policy. So let's create a 1k stack and wait a bit until we get the transport ship. And now I can get the Renaissance thought, with which I'm going to get expansion ideas, which are going to give me more colonies, and we will build our colonies a little bit faster. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, but they cannot siege down the colony as of now, but I will have to send a ship there. So after some time, I no longer have any loans, so let's reduce the inflation and let's get more loans. Also, I forgot I can get established New World missions in the clergy estate, which gives me native assimilation plus 50%. And I can also get Grand New World Charters, which are going to help me build some new colonies. And for 20 years I can get some bonuses from the clergy estate, which is going to give me native assimilation plus 50% and native uprising chance minus 50%. And also I'm going to get an explorer with 90 tradition. So let's get him. And this explorer is way better than the one I have right now. And as we are really close to being able to get to war with the England again, I'm going to get new loans and I'm going to rebuild my fleet. So let's build 2 heavy ships and 20 galleys. As you can see, the colonial growth of Portugal is absolutely insane. So I guess I will not be able to get Caribbean from them. But after they get a colony there, I will just attack Portugal and then I will just take it from them. So let's trade some of the favors that I have with Denmark for trust. So let's get 10 trust for 20 favors. And this way, they should be able to join me in this war. My first colony has become self-sustaining, which means I can just send a colonist right next to it. And England has decided to declare me as the rival. And now that my fleet is back, I can stop drilling my army and I can finally attack England. So let's call Denmark and France in. And let's use Argyll as my war target. And let's go into the war. I honestly hope that France can deal with Castile, but I'm not sure. And I'll also need big help from Denmark. And I've got a massive fleet right now, which is costing me a lot of gold. And I'm going to try to cross into their land. And let's see what happens. And they are not attacking me, so let's maybe try to battle them in Argyll. I'm going to probably lose this. Yeah, okay. Because they could reinforce. I can have up to 42 bank loans. So I'm going to take some loans and I'm going to create a stronger army. So I'm going to get 5 or 6 cannons and like 5 new infantry units. And even though I'm going to be above my force limit, it should honestly pay out because, well, if I take their land, they will just pay for it. Okay, I have absolutely no manpower, which kinda sucks, and maybe I'll just have to disband my units, or maybe I just destroy them. Well, let's see. I should honestly win this. So let's split them in half. Well, let's get Ayrshire first. And now that it's mine, I'm going to get a new leader. And my leader is honestly pretty strong. And I'm going to attack them. Only with half of my army. And it's not going very well, so let's just reinforce that. And I should be the first to reinforce there. Yeah, and we won. And now I'm going to attack another stack that I have here. And I should win this. And yes, I'm absolutely winning this. And now I'm just going to follow them, if I can. Where are they going? I guess they are going into the capital province. Or they are going to Kent. I cannot attack them in Kent. Okay, so maybe let's try to take this as fast as possible. I'm going to order a naval barrage in London. And maybe I can take London for myself. Because they are moving away from here anyway. And I can offer a peace offer to Brabant. So obviously I'm going to peace them out. Okay, let's try to order an assault. Because they are coming. So my army is going to be stack wiped. Because, well, I don't have any manpower. So it is what it is. But it honestly doesn't matter. But I'll still need to get more gold. And I'll need to recruit some mercenaries. So let's recruit a free company. And let's give them a leader. And let's just kill the English army that is in my lands. But if I could peace out... Okay, I can peace out Savoy. And I'm going to get some money and war reps from them. And now only Castile and Portugal is in the war. So let's just wait until France finally helps me. Now that I'm blockading Portugal, I can peace them out. So let's peace out Portugal. And finally I am able to peace out Castile. And now we have all these troops that can just attack England. And England really does not want to attack France's troops for some reason. And France is just attacking England, so let's help them, because they are probably going to lose this. Okay, we won. So let's just go province by province and occupy the whole of England. And they are calling for peace. So that's pretty good. And I can get everything that I want and some gold. And I'll also get some prestige and war reps from them. So this is the peace deal that I want with the English. I'll take the London state and I want to have control of this passage, which means I will be able to attack Scotland next, even though they are allied with France, but I don't really care about that. So let's send the demands. And let's score everything up. But first, let's concentrate development into our lands. This way, it will cost a little bit less to core everything up. And I'm also going to destroy the castle there, I guess, because I don't really want to pay for it. I just wanted the development that is here. So let's core everything up. And honestly, my colonies are being built pretty fast. That's honestly amazing, and I will be able to compete with Portugal in the Caribbean because this is probably the richest region. The thing is, I will have to attack them as fast as possible, because Pope might just declare that it is the Portugal's region, which is not something that I would want. And as I have no troops in London, I'll just increase autonomy there, so there is no unrest. And I'm also going to increase autonomy in Ayrshire, because honestly I have no way to deal with the rebels. And another colony has become self-sustaining, so let's try to build some colonies in the Caribbean region. Maybe I will be able to overtake the Portugal if I get another colonist. And Denmark wants my help in Second Danish and Swedish Unification War, and I'm going to decline because I don't really care about them anymore. I can deal with both England and Scotland on my own. And let's put Portugal as my third rival. And Scotland has declared war on me. And France didn't want to help me with them, but that is okay. I'm just going to destroy the mothball so my ships recover a bit. And I'll just get the independent army, even though I cannot afford it right now. But let's get it. Let's put my ships into the Irish Sea. Let's get some loans, and now I can recruit the independent army. So let's recruit it in my capital province. And honestly, this way it should be pretty easy to deal with the Scottish. And let's allow them to come into my land. Because honestly, I should win. Okay, I'm not winning, because I had no morale. I thought I would be there first. Okay, so now that my morale has recovered, let's kill the Scottish army. We now have our first colony, and I'll keep it as a crown colony, I guess. Honestly, self-governing colony would be pretty decent as well, because that way they will be able to grow really fast, and later I will be able to change them into crown colony or private enterprise. So I'm going to go with self-governing colony. Here I'm just going to send the colonists into the Caribbean. We have the colonialism casus belli against Portugal because they have colonies close to ours. So that is exactly what I wanted. Now I will be able to just attack them and take everything I want from them. The war in Scotland is over, and this is the peace deal that I'm going to send them. I'm going to get some aggressive expansion, but I don't really care about that because it's just England and Flanders and Holland. Holland is not going to attack me, Flanders is not going to attack me, and I don't really care about England because I will attack them anyway. And I will need to trade my favors with France for trust because they don't want to get me as their ally. So let's trade 20 favors, like that. And they still don't want me as their ally. After some time I can finally offer an alliance to France, which is perfect. And as I am over the force limit, I'm going to destroy like 15 galleys, I guess. And this way I should save quite some money. I also need to reduce inflation. So I'm going to reduce inflation once. And now I'm going to sell titles, which gives me back some money, and I'll repay some of the loans because I have an insane amount of interest right now. And also I'm building colonies, which costs money. I can get an alliance with Aragon, which might help with dealing with Castile when I go into war with them, as for some reason they are not in a personal union with Castile, so that actually works into my favor. And as I have 50 papal influence, I'm going to get forgive usury, which helps me with paying out the loans. And for tier 4 government reform, I'm going to go with maintain balance of power, which gives me an extra diplomat, and loyalty equilibrium, which is also useful. That way I can curry favors with both France and Aragon and improve my relations with them. And finally, after quite some time, I can turn everything into a state and core everything up. And now that London is a core, I can move my main trading port to this province, which I am going to do. And that way, I can have English Channel as my main trading node. And now that I have so many non-accepted cultures, I'm going to promote all of them. And as I am in big need of decades, I'm going to recall my colonist and abandon this colony because I do not need it as of now. And I do not need it because I can just attack Portugal with France and Aragon. And as I will recruit some soldiers, I'm going to decrease autonomy everywhere because I don't care about the rebels as of now. I need my economy back up. Let's take like 1, 2, 3 loans, and I'm going to recruit an independent army and also a free company. Let's attack Portugal. So I will use this colonialism casus belli. France and Aragon should deal with Castile, and I will deal with England with my troops, because I should probably be stronger. Let's take the capital province of England, because honestly I don't want to be at war with them. And now that I have so much war score with the English, I'm going to get a peace deal with them, and I'm going to take war reps and the rest of the Scotland from them. Because if I get the money, I'm not going to get the decades. I'm only going to get like 10% of the decades. So it's not really worth it for me. So let's just take the land and war reps. I can finish a mission, conquer the highlands, because I have conquered them. So now I have claim on lowlands as well, and there's another mission that I have already finished, that is conquer Scotland. But I don't have the whole of Scotland, so I don't know how this works. But let's just complete it as well. Now I have so much army tradition, but I'm looming bankruptcy, which is not ideal. Okay, now that I have the war reps from the English, I can take more loans, but still I will have to fix that. From Castile, I'm only going to get war reparations. And now it's only Portugal in the war, and I'm just going to wait until my allies deal with Portugal, as I focus on getting back the land from the rebels. The war with Portugal is pretty much over, and I could get 100% of the war score. And honestly, I could get a foothold in Africa or in the Iberian Peninsula, but I don't really want to go wider than the English Isles, or more like the Irish Isles as of now. So in this peace deal, I'm only going to get all the colonies of Portugal and Cabo Verdes, and let's send the demands. And now that the war is over, I can focus on recovery. So I'm going to disband the independent army, and after I core everything up, I'll be able to, let's just concentrate development into my land from the Haiti state, and now core everything up. And after I core everything up, I will be able to create a colony in the Caribbean, which is going to boost my trade by a large amount. So now all I have to do is wait. And for some reason, one of my provinces defected to Norway. I don't know how this works. Honestly, that has never happened to me. But I'll just get it back. I want to attack Norway anyway, because, well, Denmark has chosen me as their rival for some reason. So let's choose them as my rival back. England is in personal union with Castile, but France is in a war with Castile to get England under their rule, which means that I will have to attack both France and England if I want to conquer the rest of England, if they win. And they are going to win because they are completely destroying Castile. So that looks interesting. And as I said, as we are the first to have a colony in the Caribbean, the Pope has given us the legal right to the colonial Caribbean, which means that nobody else can build their colonies there. And if they do, I will have an attack casus belli against them. So let's turn it into private enterprise, and that way that should really boost my economy if I just transfer the trade into the English Channel. And finally, after some time, I have completed both exploration and expansion ideas, which give me colonial expansion policy, and I'm going to take that. I'm still not going to create new colonies because I don't have the gold for that. And as Castile has lost the war against France, England is now in personal union with France, which means that if I attack them, I'll also have to fight France. So that means that I'm going to go into an alliance with Castile, and with the help of Castile and Aragon, I will take down France. So I'm just going to change sides now. But I'm still making quite a bank. But as of right now, we pretty much have the biggest amount of colonies. We also own the strongest colonial nation in the game, which are the West Indies. We also have a colony in Canada, and from now on it should be pretty much straightforward to just occupy the rest of the England, and well, the fight with France should be pretty easy as well if I get the naval superiority. So I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.